Hey friends, welcome back to day 3 of our summer mini lesson series here with Middle School Made Easy. I'm your instructor, Stephanie, a former middle school English teacher, and today we're talking about a skill that often confuses so many students. Frankly, it confuses parents as well. So let's talk about the difference between theme versus main idea. Now, some people use them interchangeably, but they are actually two completely different things. And theme often is paired with fictional text, stories, poems, and novels. Well, the main idea is more often associated with nonfiction text. So let's go a little bit deeper into both of them so that you understand them separately, and then we can compare so that we can see the differences in the two and how they function in a passage. By the end of this lesson, though, you are going to be able to explain the difference between the theme and the main idea, identify each one as you're reading, and become a stronger reader and thinker. So let's jump right in today. The main idea is what a text is mostly about. This is the central point or message an author is teaching in an article, a paragraph, or a nonfiction text. Think, what is the text trying to teach me? The main idea is usually found in nonfiction, focused on facts or information, and supported by details from the text. So you're often going to find the main idea right there in the text. Here's an example for us to work through. A passage about the importance of drinking water may have the main idea: drinking water is important for staying healthy. That is the big point of the article, is that we need clean drinking water. Whereas theme is a little bit different and requires a little bit more analytical thinking. A theme is the deeper lesson or message about life that the author wants you to take from the story. Themes are often found in fictional text like novels, stories, movies, poems, other things that are fictional, fairy tales. Often you'll find themes in like fairy tales for little kids to teach them a bigger lesson about life. So remember, a theme is what the author is trying to get you. What lesson, greater lesson, does the author want the reader to learn? So it's not going to be explicitly stated in most cases. Uh, they are things you have to think about based on how the characters interact with each other, how they handle conflicts in the story, what choices they make, and the overall outcome, how they conclude and solve the conflict. So we'll look at an example for this one. In a story where a character never gives up after failing many times, the theme might be perseverance leads to success. That is a life lesson. If you never give up, if you work hard, you'll be successful. That's the lesson that the author would want you to take from that. The big difference, and let me make this super duper simple. I have a chart. Um, with the main idea, what the text is mostly about. The theme is the lesson or message about life. Now, can a passage have both? Most certainly, and I'll show you that within our guided practice with the example that I give you. But the main idea is usually going to be found in informational text. So those nonfiction pieces. And the theme is usually a deeper thinking about life and our interdependence on each other, and what lessons can we learn to be a better human being, which are oftentimes in more fictional text. Now, we can have a theme in a nonfiction text, but I'm just saying, typically in the education realm where you'll be doing this in class, it would most likely be in a fictional text. Let's look at the example passage. Marcus practiced basketball every single day after school. Even after losing games, he continued working hard. By the end of the season, he made the winning shot during the championship game. Now we're going to pause and think, what is the story mostly about? A boy working hard to improve at basketball. That's what the story is mostly about, and how he overcame that situation. So that would be considered the main idea. Now, what lesson can we learn from Marcus in the story? The old adage, hard work and perseverance can lead to success. That is the theme of the story. So the main idea is what the story was about. A boy who worked hard to improve at basketball. And the theme is the lesson we learned from the story from his hard work. And that is that if you work hard, you stick with it, you'll see success. Okay, so today we learned what the main idea is, what the theme is, and the difference between the two, and how to identify each one while reading a text. So we got some hints that theme is going to be associated with fictional text, while main idea is going to be associated with nonfiction text. Doesn't mean that there can't be crossover, but generally that's how it is. So to wrap things up, remember, strong readers think about what happens in the text, but they also think about what the author wants them to learn from the text. Thank you so much for joining me for day 3 of our summer mini lesson series. You can find additional practice in our stand store. I have it linked in the description down below. If you found absolutely positively any value in this, please give me a thumbs up so that I can grow the series and bring more people in and expose it to more people. That's how YouTube pushes it out, or socials push it out. So wherever you're seeing this would push it out based on you liking and commenting. Make sure you subscribe to me on whatever platform you're watching me on, and turn on your notifications so when I do post tomorrow's lesson, you will not miss it. Check out that stand store, and if you haven't seen days 1 and 2, I have those in there as well, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 4.